You're listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Glad you can join me on another podcast of All Things Sports with Mike Davis. I thank you for including my podcast into your day or night or evening, whenever you decide to listen. If you're listening on Spotify, do yourself a favor, follow the podcast. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, comment, like, dislike, all that good stuff. Go to any of the social media links in the description box to get in contact with the show for any comments or any suggestions. I won't take up much more of your time. Let's get into it. All right, so I wanted to wrap things up with my Falcons, my team that I follow the most in the NFL, and it was a disappointing loss. I'm pretty sure all you other Falcon fans out there, it's only a few of us. I can probably count on one hand how many of us Falcon fans there really are. But the Falcon fans, how do you feel about that loss that we took against Carolina? I mean, it definitely was a winnable game. The game was ugly on both sides of the ball for both teams. I mean, it was just, it was a brutal game to watch, honestly. Looking at the game, if you watched it, then you know that the Falcons did absolutely nothing in the second half. And this is what makes people upset about Matt Ryan and, what he has going on, because the guy has been in the league too long, again, as I'm going to keep saying, to make the mental mistakes that he makes, and again, Matt Ryan, efficiency, I mean, he was 20 of 27 throwing the ball, but the yards weren't there. He didn't have Calvin Ridley, and, he definitely has my support as he's stepping away to deal with his mental health and making sure that he is fine. I have no problem with that. Take care of yourself, take care of your mind, body, soul. At the end of the day, that's all you really have in this world. So I have no problem with Calvin Ridley taking time away from football. And Matt Ryan did not have him Sunday. Threw for 146 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. And again, Matt Ryan just kind of makes boneheaded rookie mistakes that you just don't expect a guy of his caliber to make. As far as rushing, nothing really went on in the rushing game. I really don't understand why we have Mike Davis on this team. Not talking about me, but the running back Mike Davis. We did nothing on offense. There's nothing to talk about positively about what the Falcons did offensively. And it's not just Atlanta. Carolina, it wasn't like they were great on offense either. I mean, Sam Darnold was 13 of 24 before he got knocked out of the game, throwing for 129 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. The only bright spot really for Carolina on the offensive side really was Hubbard. Hubbard ran 82 yards on 24 carries and had a touchdown. Other than that, this game was really ugly to watch. Robbie Anderson, he got, he got blasted, I believe, by Eric Harris. I mean, he was, wow. If you haven't seen that hit, please do yourself a favor, go and look at that hit. Robbie Anderson, getting knocked out of the game for Carolina. And we saw what happened with Sam Darnold in the hit that he also took. But look, there's nothing for me to report on this game. This game is ugly, like I said, on both sides for both teams. This might have been the ugliest game of the weekend. Ugliest game of the weekend. I don't know what to expect with my Falcons. I don't know what. I just don't know. They're hot one game and they're cold the next game. Like we had the offensive game going against Miami, and then we come out this week, we play flat. The passing game isn't there. The running game isn't there. Cordell Patterson. I'm wondering how he ended up on the Falcons, because I know there are teams out there that can use a caliber player such as him. And I don't know what state my Falcons are in right now. I believe I'm one of the few that believe we're in a rebuild, and something's got to change. Something has to change. The game was ugly. The game was ugly. The game was ugly. And that is me speaking as a Falcons fan. So look, I'm not going to hold you long. I just had to get that off my chest. Wrapping up the Falcons and Panthers game. Falcons losing 19-13. Very ugly game. Ugliest game from Sunday. So it is what it is. But look, that's all I got for you today, folks. I thank you for including my podcast into your day. If you're listening on Spotify, follow the podcast. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and comment, subscribe, like, dislike if you need to. All that good stuff in between. Go to the social media links in the description box to get in contact with the show for any comments or suggestions. You've been listening to All That Sports with Mike Davis, and remember, it's your world. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm out. Peace.
You're listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis.